Hello. I've had a headache since Sunday. I have felt just tense and my back is crushing. And I was thinking, like, what do I feel like would help? And I think it might be a massage. So we're going to get a massage. I haven't had one in a year, 2 years? I don't know. Hi. Okay, I just finished my massage. And wow, that was such an experience. It was such a good experience. She was wonderful. The tension that she released from my neck and back, indescribable, like absolutely amazing. Will be going to her again. Lately, I have been trying so hard to put myself much more first than I have in the past. After becoming a mom, I find it very difficult to put myself first. I just put everybody else before me, and then I'm like what's left with the struggle at the end of the day. And I feel it. I feel it, and I feel like I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right for the most part. I'm just being a mom is everything I knew it was going to be. You know how some people are like, oh, I wonder what it'll be like. I remember I would always say, I don't know if you guys remember this, but before I ever had kids, I was like, I'm nervous to become a mom because I know I'm going to love really hard, and it's going to be very difficult for me because I'm a deep feeler. She couldn't have known how right she was going to be. I love being a mom. It is a joy of my life. My son is my sun and stars, the air I breathe. It is hard on me because I am a highly sensitive person, deep feeler and deep thinker, and it's a lot to just exist on a good day. But I want to care for myself now. And so I don't know if you guys have been following on Instagram. I've been doing like xoxo, like you saw in the beginning of this video. I've been doing that, trying to do that because I want to like take a minute for myself in the mornings just to like center, breathe, care for myself. I've been having headaches every day. I went and got a massage. I hadn't had one of those in what, 2 years? I can't justify it. I'm just not the one to like justify spending money on myself. It just feels wrong. Man alive, it was nice. It was so nice. Super sore after the massage because it was a deep tissue arnica massage. Need it again. It's really helped, and I haven't had a headache since. I could tell it was tension too, like my upper shoulders and back, because we've been doing a crazy amount of gardening, crazy amount. Digging, scooping, shoveling, lifting, hauling, all of that stuff is like insanely tension inducing on my neck and back and shoulders and all of that. So I've been doing all of these things, and that's really good. And then I talked to you guys in a recent video, maybe like a month ago now, I think it was, where I got my blood work done from Function Health. They're the sponsor of today's video, and we got the results back. So I'm going to go over the results with you guys because very fascinating, and I'm very thankful that I did this. I need you to understand that before, when I talked about Function Health, I was right before getting my blood work tested. I have now gotten 2 rounds of blood work done since then, and I cannot speak highly enough about this service, and I'm going to tell you why. Because if you don't know who they are, it's a health platform that gives you access to data that most people don't get to see. With Function, you can test over 100 biomarkers, which I got tested, and it's just fascinating, from heart and hormones to toxins, inflammation, and stress. You can also access, which I think this is one of the coolest parts, I haven't done it myself yet, but you can access multi-region MRIs and CT scans, all tracked in one secure place over time. The whole interface of Function Health, it's so good. It's an enhanced view of what's happening in your body. So I got my blood work tested, and it was so simple to schedule through the website. I just went in, it asked me a whole bunch of health questions. I answered all the health questions on there, and then I scheduled my appointment time to get my blood work done. It wanted it to be on days either 2, 3, or 4 of my cycle. So that's why I had to wait to get it done, because I had just gotten past that point and I wanted it to be accurate for my hormone testing. So I went in, I had my perfect scheduled time. I got in literally immediately. They took my vials of blood. And the thing is too, the lady knew about it. She was like, oh, you're with Function Health. And I was like, oh yeah, you know about them? And she's like, oh yeah, a ton of people use them. It's so cool because it really just breaks down everything for you and really explains to you what's going on in your body. That's why there's top health leaders like Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Andrew Huberman, and Dr. Jeremy London, and they are all behind Function Health. And I get it. It makes a lot of sense now, because once I got this done and I looked at my results, I was absolutely floored, because basically you get all your results done, and then if something is in range, it tells you all you're in range, it tells you you're out of range, and then it tells you other ones as well. But then when I clicked mine that are out of range, which weirdly a few of my heart ones, I thought it would be like my blood sugar or my hormones, but it's my heart, which is scary, but also it's kind of good because it gives you actual steps that you can do in there to tell you what you can do to fix that. So it's like, here's what this heart number means. Here's where yours is out of range. Here's exactly what's happening. Here's what this means. And here's what you can do to help. There are supplements that you can take, lifestyle modifications that you can make to help. What these numbers can do to your health over time. There's so much information with Function Health. Like I cannot speak highly enough about it. I wish everyone would do it. It's $365 a year. That is just $1 per day to access such important health information. And I've had my blood work tested a lot of times, and I've never had it be this, I feel like, cut, dry, thorough, and just well done. If you did these tests on your own, that could be over $10,000. Some of my cholesterol numbers are not so great, but I'm making changes to fix them. And what I've done so far is significantly reduced ultra processed foods, because I'm noticing, obviously this is the case, like we all know, in each one, it's like what to do. And it's like, okay, well, reduce processed foods, eat more whole foods. And it's like, obviously I know that, but seeing it all in that one place and knowing like this is actually negatively affecting my health, it makes me want to make better choices. So I've been eating way less processed foods, way more cooking at home, way more veggies. Every time I've been to the doctor, like they test a lot of things, but they don't go this thorough and this in depth. And it's really nice to have at least a starting point that I can look at and know that when I retest again in the future, I can see if the changes that I'm making are actually doing anything positive. There's no way they can't. You can take your health into your own hands. You don't have to wait for another doctor to order these tests for you. You don't have to wait to be tested because maybe your insurance isn't sure what they want to do, or they're going to deny this or that. You've got it, and you know that you can order it right now. You can go right in there and order the test that you want and go to your lab near you and get those tests done. And it's right there, all in one easy to view place. And it's just a secure place where you know that your health is in your hands. Because I don't know about you guys, but I have a difficult time sometimes getting doctors to want to do the tests that I would like them to do. If you guys are interested in checking out Function Health, I could not recommend them more. It is so worth it. It is for the peace of mind, for knowing and just being in charge of your own health. It's your blood and you can know what's going on with it. You guys can click the link down in the description of this video, use code Kristi25. The first 1,000 people to sign up will get $25 credit towards your membership. And I thank you so much to Function Health for being there for me, for being so amazing. Loving, I literally love you guys so much. I am a stan for you, Function Health. Okay, so I'm sitting here reading the notes from the clinician about my blood work, and we're gonna go over it together. Red and white blood cell platelets, key bone marrow metrics, hemoglobin, RBC count, a bunch of other ones, are all in healthy ranges, showing robust blood production and no signs of anemia or bleeding and clotting issues. Your thyroid panel indicates a well-regulated thyroid, no evidence of over or underactivity or immune thyroid disease. All kidney function markers, including BUN, creatinine, EGFR, urine protein, and electrolytes are all in healthy ranges, pointing to strong filtration and fluid electrolyte balance. No kidney stone activity detected. Your female hormone panel, FSH, LH, estradiol, prolactin, and demonstrates balanced ovarian function, ovarian reserve, and androgen status for premenopausal women. Your liver enzymes, protein synthesis, albumin and globulin, and bilirubin are all within healthy ranges, supporting efficient detox and protein processing. Inflammation is significantly elevated, with a high sensitivity CRP of 7.2 milligrams per liter. Reference is under 1. Aligning with a pro-inflammatory state and representing increased risk for cardiovascular disease and metabolic dysfunction. This finding is important to discuss with your healthcare provider at a follow-up visit. Cardiovascular risk is heightened by elevated LDL cholesterol at 123 milligrams per DL, I don't know what that is, and non-HDL cholesterol, and increased small LDL particles. The pattern of dense, small LDL combined with inflammation suggests a higher risk profile and should be addressed with your care team. BMI of 35.9, clinical obesity, elevated fasting insulin, 13.7, and A1C of 5.6, upper optimal, indicate insulin resistance and increased risk for future blood sugar issues. This metabolic pattern can make weight loss and cardiovascular risk reduction more challenging. Well, I know. Nutrient imbalances include low omega-3 fatty acids, both below lab and optimal, elevated omega-6, above optimal, and suboptimal vitamin D, and marginally low ferritin. These contribute to inflammation, impaired recovery, and persistent fatigue. Excess adipose tissue associated with high BMI increases the release of inflammatory cytokines and free fatty acids, which promotes insulin resistance and muscle in the liver.
As insulin resistance develops, fasting insulin rises to keep blood sugar controlled, and the liver increases production of atherogenic lipoproteins, contributing to elevated LDL and non-HDL cholesterol. ApoB, a small medium LDL particles, at the same time low omega-3s and high omega-6 intake, along with suboptimal vitamin D, shift the balance of lipid mediators towards pro-inflammatory state. Together, these changes drive a sustained increase in systemic inflammation, reflected in an elevated CRP of 7.2. This persistent inflammatory metabolic loop further impairs insulin signaling, making weight loss more difficult, accelerates arterial plaque formation, and contributes to fatigue and reduced exercise tolerance, reinforcing the cycle and increasing long-term cardiovascular risk. Your history of reproductive and endocrine challenges, PCOS, infertility, past gestational diabetes, complements current findings of insulin resistance, suggesting a deep metabolic hormonal axis connection. Despite your use of medications for anxiety and sleep, your adrenal and stress hormones, cortisol and DHEA, remain in balance, but psychosocial stress and mood issues may amplify inflammation and undermine metabolic wellness. Your reported poor dietary choices, like eating high-fried processed food intake, poor snack selection, and omega-3-6 imbalance, map directly onto your lipid and inflammation profiles, reinforcing the importance of nutrition in your systemic health plan. Family history of early heart disease and cancer combined with borderline iron stores, suboptimal vitamin D, and metabolic stress further highlight why proactive management and regular screening are key for your longevity and disease prevention goals. Saying that my electrolytes are good, that my blood looks pretty decent, environmental toxins, that my mercury and lead are both within safe limits and low, which is great. My female health is balanced. It says your heart health panel shows a pattern of increased cardiovascular risk driven by both inflammation and lipid profile imbalances. While some areas like triglycerides and HDL cholesterol show stability, there are significant elevations in several key risk markers, most notably high sensitivity CRP, LDL cholesterol, apolipoprotein B, and evidence of a predominance of smaller, more atherogenic LDL particles. These findings point towards pro-inflammatory and high-risk lipid environment, warranting attentive follow-up and potentially more in-depth cardiovascular evaluation. What this means for you: high sensitivity C-reactive protein. Your HS-CRP is markedly elevated at 7.2. This is a strong marker of ongoing inflammation in the body, and levels in this range are associated with heightened long-term risk for cardiovascular disease and other inflammation-related health issues. What to pay attention to and key finding: persistent elevation in the HS-CRP and multiple cholesterol fractions strongly raises your lifetime cardiovascular risk beyond traditional markers. These patterns can drive plaque formation and inflammation, increasing the risk for heart attack and stroke. Levels this high warrant evaluation by a primary care provider or cardiologist for further risk assessment and to discuss intervention options. What I need to do is focus heavily on weight loss and eating way more veggies, way less processed food, and just less in general. Exercising more water, obviously the main things that we know. It's good for me to know this. Not that I didn't know it, but I honestly, to be honest, I always think of my health in terms of like diabetes or things like that, but I forget, and not that I forget about my heart, but kind of, honestly, I never really consider my heart as much as I should. So, yeah, very interesting. Stroke is one of my big fears. So when I do my 6-month blood work follow-up, I'm going to see if any of these numbers have improved. I really hope they will. Scary, but good to know. I hope you guys found this somewhat interesting to chat about all this stuff. I mean, you know, it's not like I didn't know this stuff. I see myself every day. I know that I'm significantly overweight. This thing says obese, which is, not a good word. I don't like that word at all. But I have to just be honest with myself that that's where we're at. And with PCOS and all this stuff, it does make it significantly harder to lose weight, but I don't know what else to do.
It's the next day. We went grocery shopping last night and I feel very motivated to make good, healthy choices. I got apples, strawberries, bananas, blueberries, raspberries, arugula, lettuce, oranges, cilantro. I didn't get any meat. We bought a half a cow recently, and I actually talking about that over on our other channel. We have salmon and chicken and everything like that in the freezer. And then I'm really just going to be focusing on whole foods. So this morning for breakfast, I ate some yogurt with pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries. And that was great. It was fine. And then for a snack, I had a few olives and this. I got these from Costco. Omega-3 Deluxe Mix, a blend of cranberries, pumpkin seeds, almonds, walnuts, and pecans. And Zach's making potatoes, some steak, and carrots for lunch. So I'm just going whole foods. And hopefully this really helps. So I think my follow-up blood work is in 6 months. I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. And I'm going to really, really try to make it a big effort to significantly reduce. I already reduce what I have been eating as far as processed foods, but I still eat a lot of pasta, bread, sauces, things like that I didn't even consider as much to be like ultra processed foods because, you know, like I just eat salami and then I never even considered it, but it's considered a highly processed meat. So I'm just going to stick to the basics and see how it goes. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. And if you have any recipes or meal ideas or tips or anything like that, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear any meal ideas that you guys have. I thought about getting, I don't know about you guys, if you have it, let me know if it's worth it before I buy it, the Ninja Creamy, so that I can make my son and me and all of us treats that are super healthy, but that feel like you're still enjoying ice cream. Let me know if you guys think that one's worth it. I don't want to buy another kitchen utensil if it's not going to be like beneficial, but I've seen a lot of recipes that are like literally straight up like yogurt, strawberries, vanilla, like they're very whole foods based ingredients, and that it can make it really, really, really good and creamy for you. So anyway, it has been 4 days since I filmed all of this. I have eaten only whole foods for the last 4 days. And I'm talking, if I wanted tortillas, I'm making my own out of masa harina. And I, for the first couple days, have felt pretty terrible. Like headaches and just not feeling good and feeling kind of nauseous. I honestly think my microbiome or my body is like mad at me because it's like so used to garbage food. When I start eating all whole foods, it's like, where's my grease? I wanted to show you some of the things I've been eating. So like this morning we made breakfast tacos. We made our own homemade tortillas out of masa. We got a tortilla press. We used black beans. We made our own homemade guacamole out of a bunch of healthy ingredients, nothing jarred or anything, all like just onions and cilantro and fresh avocados and our eggs. I scrambled up some eggs and put it on there. So that was breakfast. Yesterday for like snacks, I have been having nuts, apples, bananas. For breakfast, I had oatmeal with just fresh ground peanuts, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, banana, and blueberries, like very whole foods. And we'll see how it goes. I started off all of this at like 193 pounds. I've been like up and down. 193 is like my base weight. And I was up to 196, I think, or 197 even at the beginning of this year. And I'm 187. So we're making some progress. I'll see you guys at my next video. Bye.